Hey guys, I want to do another reacting video. I just love it. In the last one, I did review instead of reacting.
Makeovers, but this is not just any squishy makeover.
Squishy makeover.
I am going to be using squishies that you guys have sent to my PO
It's the
box.
same video except with a different video I'm reacting with and a different location.
If you happen to have a used, ugly, or really cheap squishy that you don't want anymore and you would like to see me make it over, you can send it to my PO box. Only thing I ask of you is that you write somewhere on the outside of the package, as these lovely people have all done, that this is specifically for squishy makeovers so that I know in advance. Disclaimer: if you want to send me squishies, please wait until the end of the video to learn more. Squishies may be subject to light roasting. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you what I've got. I've got this one from Emma, and she sent me a big strawberry squishy and a hamburger squishy. Also a note, so
yum.
thank you for that, Emma. I got
In fact, I ate a burger for dinner today.
It's an extremely dirty panda bread slice. So
That is
great
so
candidate.
cute.
Thank
That
you.
is so
Here's
cute.
this one from Natalie, which is an old panda bun. I got this, which is in a bag because
okay.
apparently the box busted open or got damaged or something, because this is how they put it in my P.O. box. These are from Olivia. She sent me 3 huge squishies. We've got this ice cream cone, a peach, which I've never had a peach before, so
Wait,
wow.
really? You never
And
had a
this
peach?
big cake. She also made me these bracelets. How kind of you. Thank you.
I want to see how Mariah
Mariah
actually looks like.
Look at that. We've got a sushi, a penguin.
I did
and
this one
ice
differently.
cream cone.
I typed
Yeah,
in
that's
what
not an
kind
ice
of
cream
one.
cone.
And I
Also
just
sent
typed
me these
squishy
amazing
and
light-up
picked a random video,
glasses.
and I got
Like,
this one.
What? Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna choose 4. This one is just calling my name. Like, I don't know
It's
what
cute.
it is.
I like
but
the strawberry.
I'm gonna choose
But I also
this
like
one.
that ice cream
What else? You know what? I'm gonna go with
something.
this little popsicle too.
Yeah, that is
It's
so
super
cute, the popsicle.
I think I have to do something
I don't
about
like the
this
bread that
extremely
much, but
dirty
it is
slice of
kind of
bread.
cute.
And last spot. Oh, it's such a hard choice.
Penguin,
I'm
penguin,
gonna go with this
penguin.
big strawberry.
Aw.
Don't worry about these guys. They will get done eventually. I will just pull them out next time I do one of these videos. And if I have any more at that point, then I'll just add them. I've gotten 4 more packages since I filmed this. Yay! These are saved for later. These
She's
are the
funny,
victims
kind of.
for today.
I want to see how
Let's get into
Mariah
the
actually
makeovers.
looks like.
So it's
Did I
that
say that?
time that many of you seem to love, squishy roasting. I can
Squishy
tell this once was
roasting?
a very nice squishy, but after being very well loved, there are a few little problems. First of all, there's a huge chunk taken out of the top of it. That's a big boo-boo right there. Also, the
Big
stem
boo-boo.
is completely MIA. I don't know what happened. There's a big rip right here, but the rest of it is actually in pretty decent shape. First, I'm gonna focus on the repairs. So I grabbed my scrap foam bag. Yes, I have a scrap foam bag. Is that weird? I
I
found
was
this little
just gonna
makeup
ask,
sponge, so
she
I'm
has
gonna
a
cut that up
scrap
to make
foam
a
bag?
little piece
I
that will
just about
fit
to say
in
that.
that hole. I wasn't able to make it exact, but close enough will work. What to do about that missing stem? I decided to create a new one using some scrap memory foam. Perfect. Just kidding. I'm gonna cut this down, obviously,
Perfect.
and try it
Just
on strawberry every once in a while to see how it looks, getting it to the right size. And once I'm happy, I'm gonna take some fabric glue to attach it. The good thing about fabric glue is that it dries soft and flexible, so you don't end up with any weird hard spots in your squishy. But the bad
Yeah, that would
thing
be
is that it
pretty
takes a
weird.
lot longer to dry. If you happen to enjoy extremely boring activities, then you can sit there and hold it for 30 to 45 minutes. But what I usually do is use a rubber band to hold the pieces together and let it dry that way. Once it's dry, you can
That's a
remove the
good
rubber
idea.
band, and I mean, you probably don't want to yank on it, but it should be pretty secure. So now I'm going to use some white fabric paint to secure the
Why?
stem even more, and also that little piece of foam
What
that I
is
just
she
shoved in there. It's not
doing?
gonna be glued down or anything, so just cover it in paint and it'll do the trick. To make this a little bit fancy, I'm going to use a pearly fabric paint. I mixed the pink and the green with the white pearl to make the colors a bit lighter because, you know, I'm all about that
Wow.
pastel. So now I'm going to start painting the green
It's basically
on
kind of night. It's
parts.
like
Brilliant. I
8 or
had never
7.
used this pearl paint
And
before,
yeah,
but
I
I
kinda get
quite
sleepy.
like it. It looks pretty cool, I have to
Can I tell you a
Once it's
secret?
dry, I'm gonna start on the
Well,
actual
everyone's
strawberry
watching.
part with the
Well,
pink pearl
lots of
paint.
people are
I know
watching, so
strawberries
it's not
aren't
much of a
actually
secret,
pink,
but
you know, squishies are not the
I
most
sleep
realistic things ever.
at
It's just to be cute.
11
So
or
it's
10.
okay. It's fine. Once that's dry, I'm gonna turn it around.
In
and
Smoothie's
paint the
video,
top
check it
half
out.
also,
My
'cause, you know, we
cousin's
can't forget
channel,
about
Smooth
that.
the
This ended up
9.
getting really messed up because while I had it drying, Opie decided it was a good idea to waltz on over and knock it down.
Oh,
It was
Opie
totally on
is the cat?
purpose. I don't know what
Because
his
it's showing a
problem
cat.
is. If that happens, the best thing to do is just scrape off the messed up paint and try to smooth it down a little bit, but don't try painting on top of it until it dries completely. There we go, looking a little bit better. But now I've got to go back over all that green after Opie's little adventure to neaten that up again. And once the whole thing has an even coat of paint, I'm going to paint in the seeds using
She's
the
pretty
white
good,
pearl
actually.
paint each
I'm
and
sorry I
every
judged you
one. This
before,
was a little
Mariah.
time-consuming, but I think it
Mariah
adds a little something,
or
something
Mariah?
to it. Makes it look a little bit
Mariah.
more finished,
Yeah, I
you
think
know.
it's
So
Mariah.
here is the final squishy. I'm so happy with this because not only is this a new paint job, but I had to rebuild parts of this, and I was concerned it was going to look super
I
janky,
yawned
but
while
I
I
actually
was
think it came out really
amazed.
good. I literally can't
Amazed.
tell you where the missing
Amazed.
chunk was. It blended in really well, so I can't even find it anymore.
Yeah,
and
where
I
is
love
that
the
missing
pearly
chunk?
effect. I think it looks really cool.
I think I found it. It's like right over there. I don't. Yeah, I can't show you.
Okay, next I'm gonna make over this little popsicle. Now this one looks pretty perfect at first, and then you see it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. It's got a big rip that runs all the way around. But
That
although
is
being ripped in half,
seriously
the rest of it is pretty much in
damaged.
mint condition. It's really squishy and a super cute shape, so this shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna start with my white fabric paint, and I'm just gonna apply that all over the bottom, making sure to seal up that rip. And just like that, the squishy has been healed.
The
Now I'm
music
gonna
is
throw
kind of
some
funny.
paint onto the popsicle stick as well, just so that it doesn't get ripped up like the rest of it did. But I'm basically using the same color, so no
Before
major
I got
change
questioning
there.
if
Now
paint,
I'm going to
like,
paint the top
it's hard
half,
on the
and
squishy,
I'm
but
going rainbow
I
for
think
this.
now I
So
know.
I'm applying each color of the rainbow.
I don't have a
down,
single
and you
squishy.
may be
Well,
thinking,
I did, but I
"Wow, this looks like a hot
donated
mess."
it
Yeah,
to someone.
You're right, it
Um,
does.
I-
So I'm gonna
I
use
don't know
a
if it's
toothpick to start
Mariah.
blending the
I'm
colors
pretty sure
together
it's
and
not
hopefully
Mariah.
making it look
Oh,
a
I'm
little
charging my
less
iPad
atrocious.
right now.
Not gonna lie, this part
Or
is
laptop.
really tricky, especially trying to
Or
get the
what
paint
is this?
smooth and blending at the
It's
same
an
time.
iPad.
But I
I
did
just
my
playing a
best,
game.
and once that layer dried, I'm gonna use a
That rainbow
paintbrush.
is
If you
spot
watched my
on.
last makeover video, you may remember me talking about why I don't like using paintbrushes for painting squishies. Well, I lied. It was all a lie. No, I'm just kidding. Paintbrushes don't work well for thick layers of paint,
Then-
but they do come in handy if you want to apply very, very tiny, 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 thin layers of paint in order to
Thin,
blend
tiny,
colors like you see me
tiny,
doing
thin.
here. For the final touch, I'm
Whoa,
gonna
that
add a
looks
little
so
face
good.
because I felt
It's like
this was
ombre,
supposed to be
bruh.
something, so
Spot
yeah,
on.
I added a face. And here is the
Aw.
final squishy. I think the new one has a
She
lot
should.
more life and
The black. I
personality,
like
so
it,
that's
except
always
her
a
eyes
good
are
thing.
kind of
I am
creepy.
happy with it,
It should be
although I
like
do wish I
black
could
with
have gotten
a
the
little
paint
white
bit
highlights.
smoother, but
But
hey,
that white
gives
circle
it
is kind of creepy,
character,
but
right?
it's
I mean,
cute.
Who wants a perfect paint job?
She should make her own
Not
cartoon
me,
with squishies.
right? Right, guys? Right?
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad. It doesn't bother me much, to be honest, but ideally it
Oh,
would have
she
been a little
squished
bit
it
smoother.
so hard.
Next is this little ice cream cone creature. I've been staring at this for the past week, and I still don't know what it's supposed to be. I will say it's super soft and squishy,
I kinda
so
think
that's
it's a
bonus.
cow.
The face is kind of
To
cute,
honestly
although I'm
be.
not sure why the inside of the mouth is
What was
brown.
that?
Kind of weird, just saying. The
Is it,
ears are very uniquely shaped. Also
Kinda
falling off,
sounded
and
like
he's
a
got
burp.
what looks like a
Don't you
melted
agree?
chocolate chip
You didn't hear
cookie on his
anything?
head. Little bit of paint
You're
missing
Miss
here and there,
Nat.
but
Just
nothing too
kidding.
outrageous.
It
I
was
see some great
really
things for his
gross
future.
hearing,
Let's start by doing
but it's
some
not
cutting
me,
on his
promise.
ears. Choose
Pinky
your weapon.
promise.
Bye-bye ears. I'm cutting these off
She's
very small cuts at a time because I don't want any
Oh,
scarring
what
to
is she
occur.
gonna make it
Yes,
into?
This
She
guy
could-
lost his ears today, but I'm going to construct him a brand new pair, so it's all good. Using some scrap memory
What is she gonna
foam,
make it?
I'm cutting out a triangle, then cutting that
Oh, she's
in
making a
half.
cat.
My plan is to make this into an ice cream cat. So I'm
Exactly.
making some cat ears and I'm cutting down the foam, rounding it out until it's the shape that I want. Now that I have 2 ears
Yeah,
that are
that's
roughly the
really
same,
smooth.
I'm gonna attach them onto his little head with that same fabric
Little
fusion
head.
glue. Rubber band those babies on and wait 30 minutes.
It looks so funny.
Once that's dry, we can finally get to the painting.
That
I'm
is
actually
so
going to stick with a
cute.
very similar color scheme as the original. So I'm going with white for the head, and I did have to use several thick layers of paint on the memory foam parts to get them to look at least somewhat smooth. But surprisingly, the hardest thing to cover was actually those little indents of his eyes. They just kept coming back. I was like, why do they keep coming back? I don't want to be able to see those because I wanted to change the eyes, so I eventually
Is he gonna
did
do
go
the
with
eyes
paint
closed,
where you couldn't see
maybe?
them anymore. And now I'm gonna take a break from the head and paint
Yeah, my
the cone,
wire.
which was pretty
And my
quick and
iPad.
painless. So yeah, cone color painted. Okay, and then I'm gonna paint over the melted cookie. I'm gonna use some
Melted?
brown paint to make it look like hot fudge or something. And of course, we must add sprinkles to that. So
Isn't
while
that
the
just
paint is still
foam,
wet, I'm gonna throw on some sprinkles to give this squishy a
foam,
little
I don't know what it is.
fun and
Foam
color.
sprinkles,
Then
not
I'm gonna turn
real
it
sprinkles.
over and
Because if
paint
it
over
was
that
real
little
sprinkles,
ruffle
that's a
thing. I
shame
don't
wasting
know
them.
why I waited so long to paint that. I was avoiding it for some reason, but it's time. And now it's time for the face. Ha ha ha. I liked that the original had these little pink cheeks, so I'm gonna recreate that using a little scrap piece of
I
foam.
was playing
And
with
then
this.
I'm gonna use that same pink color for the tongue, which he didn't have before, so you're welcome. And the insides of the ears.
I
as
really
well.
want
And
to
I
see
did make the
Mariah,
eyes, like,
Mariah,
eyes
of
because
Mariah.
I felt like it was kind
Whatever,
of
I
weird
just
looking to have wide open eyes.
She does have her eyes, that
And
I think
I'm
eyes
adding some
closed.
whiskers, and
I guess
cleaned up
right.
That little bit there that's kind of messy. I touched that up later. And here it is, my cat ice cream cone. This may be my favorite makeover for this episode. I just love how it turned out. I was
Yeah, it
nervous
is.
about doing the ear
It is.
replacement
That is
surgery.
so
I didn't
cute.
know if I was up to the task, but I think it turned out really well actually. And I like the changes that I made to the eyes. I think that helped a little bit too.
Oh, I have a new little rose earring. Oh, ring. Not an earring, a ring.
Okay, and the last victim
Oh my
is
God, the
the
bread.
dirty bread. I laugh every time I see this one because it's just
So dirty.
I'm not sure if this one was well
We
loved
literally
or
said it at the
well
exact
hated.
same
No, I'm
time.
just kidding. I know that white squishies get dirty super easily,
Easily.
especially if you use it a lot. I just think it's funny how dirty it is. Other than the dirtiness, this one is in surprisingly good shape. There's no rips or tears or anything like that.
So
I'm
someone
gonna
just
break
said
out the
that
memory
'cause it's
foam
dirty?
once again. Why? Because I actually want to turn this into an egg on toast, and I want the egg yolk to be like 3D. So I shaped that
Wait,
out
is
of
she gonna
memory
give
foam
these
and painted it
back
with a
to
generous
the
amount
people
of
who
yellow
send
paint.
it?
And I painted the
Or not?
bread with a toast kind of color. I didn't paint the center of the top of the bread because I'm gonna cover that anyway. And once that dried, I added a second layer to cover everything
She
very
just stick
well.
it to-
I made the crust color using a
Oh my
mishmash
God.
of my
Guys,
own
that should be the
crusty
end of this
paint,
video. Subscribe, hit the bell to get
crusty
notified.
paint.
1 second!
Remove
Bye.
the toothpick, which I was just